Okay, this is Beethoven's theme from Symphony Number 3, which is his hero, Eroica Symphony. And so we'll have a look at the right hand first. It's quite an easy piece at this point in the Suzuki books, but it's quite fun to play. So we're in C major. So we've got, and then swap to finger number 1. And then we've got a 5th and a 6th and then a 5th. So notice how the thumb moves, but the rest of the hand stays still. Then we have an E. I need to talk for a second about bar 7. Depending on which version of the music you have, it might have the semiquavers at the front or the semiquavers at the back. So I think most of the modern editions have them at the front. Chocolate, chocolate. You might have a version that goes bulldozer, bulldozer. So just check the version you've got. But if you notice it's different, yes, there are 2 different versions of bar 7. So here we've got chocolate, chocolate. Notice how I was lifting my hand for the end of each chocolate. There it is. And there it is. And then I've got C and E. And then I'm doing a parallel third and I'm getting softer on the second note. So that's da-dum. And then we do that again. Swap the finger. 5th, 6th, 5th, and chocolate, chocolate, parallel thirds. Now we have it's a mode mixed scale. It's sort of like a G. I'll just say G scale because it's got the F sharp, it's got the F natural as well. So 3, 2, thumb, then thumb on the C. So there's just like the scale pattern, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, thumb. And then we have a 5th using 1 and 4. Then we have an acciaccatura here. For this piece, you can play them at the same time. So, and then the F sharp, and then we do the scale again. And then that's a 5th again. It's a diminished 5th if you wanted to write in the very technical term. This is what's called a perfect 5th. That's a diminished 5th. It's diminished a little bit smaller. Okay, then 4 and F sharp, and then swap to 1, 5, 1, and here's our Anton rhythm again, Anton pin. And then we do the same again, scratch, scratch. You see the lovely scratches on those 5ths, so that they're nice and light, the acciaccatura at the same time. And then there's a fermata, or pause on that one. And that actually naturally does a decrescendo just by holding it. Then 4 and F sharp, swap to 1. That up to there is the same as bar 21 to 23. But now we do a written in turn. So squash the hand. So 4 now is on D. And that's your turn. D, C, B, C. And ton dum. Okay, now having a look at the left hand for this one. So we can write the chord names in. So I've got C chord. Now you'll notice the 2 C's next to each other. One's a min and one's a quaver. They're played at the same time. You can imagine it's like 2 instruments playing at the same time, but we can't fit them in the same place. So they write them side by side touching. Hold, and that's our C chord. And now we have this chord here, which is part of a G7 chord, but it's in second inversion. And then we have a G chord, going to G7, and then C. Now, you can use pinky on all those bottom notes except for the D, if you wish. And then we've got thumb on E, lots of lovely ledger lines to read here. 1, 2, 1, 4. So that 4 feels a little bit squashed in, but I've got a hand in a nice closed position. And then on F, 1, 2, 1, 3. And we contract to do the scale going down starting on E. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So not quite a scale fingering. 3, 3, 1, 2. Right to bar 7. Here's our 6th. Here's our 5th. Then there's a rest and an octave. And we almost do the same thing again. So hold the bass note. Sixth, 5th. Now here, there was a song in one of the beginner books that was called Boogie Woogie Beat, and that's what I think of here. Boogie Woogie, oops, I missed it. Boogie Woogie Beat, and I still missed it. Boogie Woogie Beat. So there's your Boogie Woogie Beat. And yes, Boogie Woogie is a real word. You can look it up. And then we've got the 5th, we've got some more rest, then we've got a fifth with a fermata on it. And then we have our C chord, but in first inversion, so E is on the bottom. And what's this? This is a D minor 7? Yeah, D minor 7 with an F on the bass, and then C chord with a G chord on the bass, and then we've got a G7 chord with a G on the bass, and now we've got the stick going up, the stick going down. Because they're both black coloured notes, they're written as one note head, but we still hold. And we still hold here, and then C chord. And then there's our fifth again, perfect fifth this time. And then C chord, D minor 7, C chord, G7, and then C. You might notice that that's the same note as the first note of Eroica in book 2. Okay, now hands together. It's pretty straightforward. So swap, swap, and we get softer for that last note because that's the end of the idea. And then we repeat it. Make sure the left hand is softer than the right hand because the right hand has the melody. Now nice and strong. Just make sure you've done the right finger in the left hand there. And that's the end of the first section. Now the second section with our G scale. Whoops. Fifth, and then our chakitura. Fifth. And then as I pause, and we can hear the notes getting softer. And notice the rhythm of the Anton there. Comes after together, together, left, right, together. And we do it again. Fifth. And hold. Get slower. Squash. Notice how light that had to be. I'll do it a bit slower. Swap. And C, turn. Okay, so hopefully that gets you started. Go and have fun learning it.